I'm a little bit late to this controversy, but I think that this was talking about how people like Denims or whatever was like criticizing Emiru for like not having like a public political stance. And it's just like fuck off. If you don't want to talk about politics, why? But apparently she sees her as like a right sided streamer, which I mean, she's probably more right sided than Denims, but yeah.
Hello, friends, and welcome to another episode of What the Hell.
But so is good old Shoe here. She's probably more right sided. You know,
What's going on with your
shut
host,
up.
Ugly Belle Delphine?
You know what I mean.
Now, before you ask, yes,
Ugly
there's
Belle
an
Delphine.
FC Files
Wait, what?
video coming out. I feel like everyone has like streamer brain nowadays, and like every fucking video has to be breaking news in order to get the most views. But I am taking my time with it. I'm sure you understand there is a lot happening.
You know, with
There certainly is.
anti-Semitic culture right now, she voted against a resolution condemning.
Oh,
Is
really?
Jewish. I just want to be clear.
Do you want
I have
to
no
go
idea how
there,
I'm-
Attorney General? Do you want to go there? Are you serious?
Gentlemen,
Talking about
South
anti-Semitism
Carolina.
to a woman who lost her grandfather.
I don't think I could do it.
Your country.
I can't
sir.
do a
Anyway,
good
let's just forget about these satanic.
Kubrick stare with my model. It's just not. Yeah. Full metal. I forget what
Billionaire
millimeter he
pedophiles
said.
running the world. And let's talk about some internet drama, shall we? Because that is what's really important. For a little over a decade now, the most inane things can get you called a racist or a Nazi on the internet. To the
True.
point where these words hold little to no meaning anymore. It's so
It is actually very true. I feel like getting called a racist nowadays is almost just like kind of. It's like well, yeah, I accidentally bumped into you. Like I'm sorry, and it's like then you get called a racist. Not for that, you know. It's like the equivalent of that. It's like whatever you do is so minor that it doesn't even matter. That now when there's a dude pushing through everybody and throwing people aside, it's kind of just like you say the same exact thing. You call him a racist. You say, "Hey, you pushed me."
bad that when someone
Like,
is called a
the
racist
words
or a
hold no
Nazi
weight.
online, I'm immediately like,
That was a bad analogy, and I'm sorry.
oh, what funny joke did they tell? But ladies and gentlemen, we have
Yeah,
officially
what
come to the
funny
point. We're not saying anything. Also makes you a racist Nazi. For the few of
True.
you watching this channel who are
You're complicit. You're complicit with everything that I disagree with. If you're not singing exactly what I want you to sing and dance, monkey, dance, then yeah, you're clearly a racist. What other motives would you have for not expressing your political opinion?
employed, there's a very popular Twitch streamer named Emiru. She's a
Yeah.
cosplayer and just kind of a fun,
She's
chill,
cute as
normie
fuck.
video game
I love her.
streamer. Well, the other day, someone in her chat asked her opinion about ice, and this is what she had to say.
Like, there's a certain extent where I'm like, okay, sure, I get people wanting big content creators to, like, say their opinions on, like, important topics. I get that, right?
The fuck is
But
this?
it's like, if you need a streamer who doesn't even know anything about politics to tell you about politics, you probably just need to get off the internet.
In a world where it seems
Yeah.
like every single celebrity is just
Yeah, especially like if you. So some people are uneducated about politics and are fine with it. I'm generally speaking relatively uneducated about politics, and I mean I'll express my political opinion, but also I'm not unwilling to hear the dissent. You know what I mean? It's like I'm willing to have a conversation. But some people they're just like, I just want to play games. I just want to have fun. Other people want to shove their rhetoric down your throat.
screaming their political takes completely unprompted. This was a refreshing thing to hear. Seems like a pretty sane, rational, inoffensive thing to say, right? Wrong. This short little clip where she ironically tried to avoid controversy ended up being one of the most controversial dramas this year. I feel like decades worth of news has happened in the past like 2
Also, I feel like a lot of this hate is definitely coming from the fact that she's like friends with Asmongold. And I mean, I have my opinion. Like, I like Asmongold. In general, I have my opinions on where his content's gone and how it's mostly just political shit and how it's just kind of like not clickbaity, but you know, it's just like he's doing the thing where it's like, oh, this will go down in the history books. And I'm just like, I'm just not really interested in his content anymore. Not that I agree with him one way or the other, right? It's just like he's clearly catering to a certain type, but you can still be friends with that individual and not have the same political opinions. That's what I hate, is that is people refuse to allow people around them to be different. You know what I mean?
Months, don't you? Every day there's like a breaking story of the most insane shit you've ever heard in your life, and everyone is expected to have a fully formed opinion on every single breaking story. There's pressure.
And here's my stance on that. Sorry for pausing so much, but I pause a lot during Shoe0nHead videos. But so my stance is that most political opinions can be like, most people see the opposing political opinion and see their opinion as being irreconcilable with their own, which, I mean, it's a different opinion. So obviously if one person has their way and the other person has their way, it's not going to be the same outcome. But the overall thing is that, generally speaking, people are kind of trying to strive for the same thing. Like, take here's a hot button issue, gun control, for example. What is the two arguments on the side of gun control? Both people are arguing for the same thing. And if you're thinking I sound insane, what are the right arguing for? They are arguing for safety by having more guns, and the left are arguing safety by having less guns. So the overarching goal is we want a more safe society. Now, can we get together and kind of try to figure out what is actually the best solution? It's like, no, you want more guns because you want people to die. I don't fucking know. And then the other side is like, you want to take away our guns because you don't believe in freedom. And it's like, well, if you're starting at that position, then, you know, everybody hates each other.
To react, to pick a side,
that's my
to
take on it.
condemn, to defend. But the reality is, when
I'm
a story
talking too
first
much.
breaks,
There's nobody
you
watching
cannot see
anymore.
the full picture. And that's why for years now, I've been
Nobody watches these, for my opinion.
using today's sponsor, Ground News.
Oh,
So
Ground
let's
News.
quickly
I do fully support Ground News. I think they are a good service. I subscribe to them myself and have been for years. I don't dive into news very often, but like I get, you know, daily pop-ups and I'll just read the headlines. If it's something I'm interested in, I'll read it.
access
That's probably where.
during this video, and thank you, the
Yeah,
viewer, for
get
not
this,
skipping the ad.
I didn't skip the ad. I supplemented it with my own. Ground News,
As always,
/shoe.
right?
And
now let's get back to the video.
I did, in a manner
In
of
this video, we are going to
speaking.
talk about the drama surrounding Emery,
Madam
the
Shoe.
people trying to cancel her, the mistake the left is making by embracing cancel culture again. We're gonna read some insane, hilarious
Oh yeah, cancel culture really has lost its punch. Like, people just don't care anymore.
tweets, of course, and then we will talk about my personal experience with these people. And what do I mean by these people? I mean the cult of the crybullies.
Mm-hmm. That's a term I had only heard recently, but it is a very useful term.
I'm sorry if I sound even more like a prepubescent boy in this video. I am a little bit
Poggers.
sick, but I am here, slaving over a hot laptop.
She finally reveals who she truly is.
For you. If you guys saw my last video, you know I am quite
We saw
critical
it.
of ICE. I don't think we should abolish them, of course, but I think it is good and healthy to criticize your government. I am
Right, of course.
a political culture war commentator. I talk about political topics often. People come to me to hear my political opinions. But not everybody wants to be a political YouTuber or streamer. And not everybody wants to listen to a political YouTuber or streamer. Sometimes we just want to have
100%.
fun and talk about other
Don't
things.
listen
There
to
are
me.
lots of other things to talk about. Sometimes we want to look at funny memes or watch funny videos without having politics shoved down.
I'm not I'm not shy about talking about politics. Well, I'm cautious. I think I'm reasonably cautious, but sometimes not enough. I'll talk about politics when it comes up, and I'll give my opinion, and I generally don't care what anybody thinks. I'll still do, well, I guess I care what people think because I do it trepidatiously, but that's just kind of so that way my point doesn't get misconstrued. I'm usually, whenever I'm talking about politics, I'm usually very precise. At least I try to be very precise with my words, and usually I don't mumble, but I just like kind of, I do what I'm doing right now, where I'm just like, I'm taking a lot of time to just say one fucking thing just to make sure that the point can't be misconstrued. But of course it's going to anyway. It's like I say I like lollipops, they hear you hate Tootsie Rolls, right?
Down our throat. So a lot of people thought it was really refreshing when a cosplay streamer was basically like, I don't want to talk about politics. Why are you coming to me for politics? It was a perfectly sane, rational opinion. So of course, like, half the internet had a problem with it. It's just not that.
I was genuinely surprised that they attacked her for that. Like honestly, it is such a non-issue. I think they all just wanted I think they all just hated Emiru to begin with because she's kind of associated with, I would say, more of a centrist view, but I guess because she's associated with Asmon and like I think she lives in Texas, right? She lives around those streamers. I don't know. I guess they just hate her.
Hard to say ice. It's really not that hard to say ice, to be honest. It's so hard to just say ice. It's really not hard.
People, wow, we live. Yes, we live. It's either I am in full support of ice or fuck ice. There's no nuance in this world. You know who's a good. So I talked about Asmongold, and I talked about how I liked him. You know who else I like is YMS. Now he doesn't talk too much about politics, but he has the, and I definitely don't agree with him on everything. On all of his politics or all of his political stances. We overlap somewhat, but YMS is just I've seen him be just very frustrated with the world, with the internet, of just like, there's no nuance. Everything he has to say that could be taken politically has to be with 50 caveats, and and you just can't say anything. You just can't. You know, I like YMS. I just watch his clips from time to time. Again, don't agree with everything, but I think that that's healthy, and I think he would agree, even if he didn't like me because of some of my takes. I hope he's not of that mind where he just like doesn't like me because of that. But he seems like the kind of person where it's like we differ politically. We don't differ enough politically where it's gonna be a problem. I don't know.
Hard to say ice. Jesus Christ, how
Not that he'd ever know my opinion on anything anyway.
hard is it to just say ice? How hard is it to just say ice? How hard is it to just say ice and move on? Oh my god. Just say ice. It's not hard. This is so.
Like, I wouldn't be surprised if his opinion was fuck ice, right? But also I get the feeling he understands that there's more to it than just that. I don't know. I'm speaking through him, and that's not a healthy thing to do. I just brought him up as like a counterexample. My throat is really
hard
dry.
to just say the line. Say the line. Say it. Jesus Christ! Like, at this point, even if Emiru did want to like abolish ice, even if she really did think ice, she shouldn't say it. Like, I wouldn't say it at this point, because this is just like, this is creepy. This is like a horde of zombies chasing after you. Hey, it's actually super easy to stream and have opinions. I'll show you.
Oh my god. Well, you know what else? It's easy to stream and not, well, you can have opinions, but not show your opinions. Shut the fuck up, Damien Haas. Who the fuck are you? Look at this fuck boy.
ICE, Donald Trump and everyone in his administration, Elon Musk,
yeah.
free Palestine, US is on stolen land built by stolen people, Luigi did nothing wrong, abortion is healthcare, leave trans people the fuck alone.
All right, all of these have extremely nuanced ramifications. If you're just saying get rid of all of this, I think it's just like I was just like, okay.
These people
right,
literally just speak in bumper stickers, dude.
That's true.
Like copy pasting the internet leftist starter pack. What the hell am I looking at? I hate the Reddit ass. Hey, it's super easy. It's crazy. Like 1,000 years ago, this dude's ancestors were hunting mammoths, and now he's on here like, men should not be speaking like this. I'm sorry.
You can
We need
have
another
opinions.
war.
It's
the post
easy.
that really seemed to kick this all off was
It's like, well, yeah, you don't want her to have opinions. You want her to have the same opinions that you have.
made by Denims, the self-described largest female political streamer. Only because I don't stream Denims. Only because I don't.
Honestly, that's probably
Anyway, I
true.
don't have any like personal beef with Denims. This isn't like an own Denims video.
I only know Denims through the whole H3H3 controversy, where from what I understand, she basically she didn't directly call for people to like call CPS on the Kleins, but she was definitely like a contributing factor, or like a major contributing factor, and to like deny that, I mean, I guess that's up for the courts to decide, but from the perspective of what I've seen, it's pretty evident that that's the case. And honestly, to call CPS on people you disagree with politically, like, that's absurd. It's genuinely like you're a sick you're a sick individual.
We used to be kind of
Oh yeah, and then she was also, there was that famous clip of her like arguing that like it doesn't matter that, you know, CPS got called on them because their kids are too young to remember the trauma. And it's like, are you fucking insane? She's like, I think the kids were like 4 or 3 years old. She's like, what time do memories start forming? And then she looked it up. It's like 2 or 3 years old. And she's like, see, like 4 years old. Like they're not even gonna remember anything. I'm paraphrasing.
cool years ago, but
Don't
she
sue me.
apparently has some opinions on Emaru, so let's hear her out.
Never thought I'd see the day we'd be fence-sitting the modern Gestapo.
First of all, she's not
The modern Gestapo. Okay. I mean, I can see. I'm just not even gonna comment on that.
fence sitting. She's just choosing not to talk about politics. Like in order to
Yeah.
fence sit, you actually have to say something. She didn't even say anything. Like, how do you even know what her opinion is? Second of all, modern Gestapo. Why is everything the fucking Holocaust? It's totally
True.
normal to criticize ICE. It's totally
That's all that anybody knows about. It's like, think about any other horrible regime through history. It's like, oh, well, there's a couple of communist ones, but we don't want to talk about that because that goes against our political beliefs. I mean, just all over the fucking world. Yeah, even within the past 100 years, there's been hundreds of horrible regimes. You know, in Europe, in Africa, in, you know, South America, arguably in in North America, in Asia.
totally
Like
understandable to have issues with the things they are doing.
Australia, though, looking pretty good, I think, unless you're hiding something. You know, Antarctica's pretty chill. All right, I'll
But modern
Sorry.
Gestapo? Don't you guys get tired of this shit? Like, don't you guys get tired of saying, like, isn't this exhausting after a while? Everything is Nazis, everything is the Holocaust, everyone is Hitler. It's like nothing else bad ever happened in history. Like, what did they used to compare bad things to before World War II? Oh my god, you're literally Napoleon. Also, I love this. Racist chud. Like, where did the racism part, like, where did that come from?
I don't know. Compare people to fucking Idi Amin, I guess. Maybe. Actually, I don't know. I don't know too much about him either. So. That's not a good example.
Listen, I don't get on camera and start talking about.
But yeah, people don't. People on the left don't talk about Stalin. They don't talk about Mao Zedong. You know, that type of shit. They don't compare them to Kim Jong Il, Kim Jong Un, Kim Il Sung.
Cars or math or taxes or investing or going outside or the plenty of other things
They're all communists.
don't know about. I sit here and talk about the gender war and the culture war because I'm good at those things and that's what people watch me for. That is my lane and I stay in it. Emerald likes what she's doing. Her audience likes what she's doing. There are plenty.
Yeah, Amiri is just like she's a cute and funny girl on the internet who plays video games and does cosplay and has a giant mountain of Kirby's that I'm extremely jealous of, that I would love to just kind of to just throw myself in and sleep. It honestly looks so cozy. I see that every, like in any of her videos and I'm just like, my eyes are just glued to it.
Plenty of other channels that will regurgitate your political takes back to you. Just turn on the TV. Turn on CNN. Most people, most normal people, are sick and tired of celebrities just like spewing their political takes completely unprompted.
True.
I don't care what Glub Shido thinks of politics, okay? Why does Glub Shido have to get on stage and start talking about how we're on stolen land or some shit? Why do you need your political opinions thrown up into your mouth?
Wasn't there somebody else who just like a week ago or 2 weeks ago did like a political opinion at like the Oscars or something? Was the Oscars a couple weeks ago? I don't know. I remember I saw it and I was just like, oh, great, another one.
Mouth.
Oh, it was like, it was like, there's no, somebody said like, oh, there's no illegals on stolen land. There's no illegal people on stolen land. Here's the whole stolen land thing. Yes, I feel for the Native Americans and what they went through, but also my opinion on this whole thing is that all throughout history, that's even in, you know, before the old world came in contact with the new world, all a nation was just what you could conquer, what you could take, what you could trade. You know, it's just, that's all it was. And the only reason people are up in arms about the Native Americans, I feel, is because they're a different race. And it's like, if the Native Americans were white, everybody would probably just be like, oh, it's just white people fighting white people, you know, they're all the same. Right? It's like, do you know how many different cultures in Europe there are? Do you know why that's the case? Because all of these different cultures literally fought and killed, subjugated, enslaved all of these different cultures and you know, took over their land. And you know what? We don't talk about that.
Celebrity, like a fucking baby bird. Like, do you really want Sydney Sweeney throwing up in your mouth? Don't answer that. Don't answer that. Please don't
I wouldn't want vomit. I'll say that.
answer that.
She's
I'll just take the spit.
right when she says most streamers are not qualified to talk about politics. Okay, here's the thing, dude. You actually don't have to be qualified to talk about politics to say F ICE. It's not that hard of a concept.
You actually don't have to know what you're talking about in order to just say the line.
Yeah, just say, exactly, just say what I'm saying.
What? You should look into a topic, do your own research, come to your own conclusion, and form your own opinion on the topic. You should not just blindly, mindlessly say the line.
You know who doesn't do political content? Cutie Cinderella. Cutie Cinderella literally never does political content. And
Okay.
even she's capable of saying F ICE. What about
Okay,
Senna?
so guess what? She had an opinion that she wanted to share. Emiru didn't.
You don't have to be a political creator to recognize that it's not hard to say.
I swear to God, it's as soon as you go against, not even against, you just don't die on. You just don't die for these types of people. All of a sudden, their talks about like you know, have your own beliefs, like do only what's comfortable. Like, don't let me force my opinions on you. It just goes right out the window. Like, do you think Emiru's comfortable with this? No, you are making her uncomfortable with this. You are actively trying to force her to do something she doesn't want to do. You're, it's disgusting. It's genuinely disgusting.
Ice.
You don't have to be a political content creator to say the line. All your other friends are saying the line, Emaru. Why aren't you saying the line, Emaru?
L ice. Okay, but unironically though, them. Straight up. Hey, them. Yeah, it's them, don't care, and if you don't like that I say that, it's you too. You know what I mean? It's really that easy for me, I'm telling you right now.
There's Emaru's
Yeah,
roommate
there's
saying the line.
Cinna
Aren't
saying
we
it.
all proud of her? By
Yeah,
the way,
great.
where are all her
I don't
friends
ca- I don't
during all
care.
of this? Where are all her morally righteous, good guy, big streamer friends while this is all going
She had an opinion that she wanted to share. Okay, great.
down? While she's being dragged by half of the internet for doing absolutely nothing wrong. This girl who literally just came out of an allegedly abusive relationship. This girl
Oh
who
yeah, there's all that. Yeah.
literally just got assaulted, grabbed by some freak at a convention.
True.
Now this girl is going through all of this. I guess it's fine to be silent when your friend is getting dragged by half of the internet, but don't you dare stay silent about current thing. I don't
God
even
damn.
know this woman, and I'm sticking my neck out for her because it pisses me off seeing this kind of shit happen to people who absolutely do not deserve it.
If you're above the age of 18, you should care about politics in your fucking country. You don't get to be like, well, I don't agree with this whole taxes thing, so I'm just not gonna pay for it. You can't say like, well, I'm just not gonna care about all this
What?
politics stuff.
When someone doesn't have an opinion on a political topic, people like you might get a little mad. When someone doesn't pay their taxes, the government comes and arrests them.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the difference between those things.
There's this weird idea in America, especially, where like you can just
So is she likening herself to like the equivalent of the IRS, right? It's like she is this body that's been, you know, endowed with the right to judge what a person should be able to say and when they should say it.
be an adult and be like, oh, I don't care about politics.
Is endowed the right word? I think it is.
What?
Many people, most people, do not care that much about
Hold on. Sorry. Endowed. Right, with quality, ability, or asset. Okay, cool. Just making sure.
politics. I know to you and me that's like mind-blowing, that's like unfathomable, because our whole life is politics, our job is politics, like I get it. But most people's lives do not revolve around politics. They do other things other than fight with strangers online. Crazy, I know. But man, do I envy them. I was so much happier before I knew. Sadly, it is getting harder and harder for
Before
the
I knew-
average
wait,
person
what?
to not care about politics because politics is seeping into literally everything. Politics will be bending
Yeah,
you over and
it's really
spreading your
annoying.
cheeks and going in dry whether you want it or not.
Everything's becoming politicized. It's really annoying. You can't go grab a burger without somebody shoving something down your throat.
And unfortunately,
That's
the
not a
people who
burger.
are like, I just want to be left alone, are the people who are the most fucked by politics. Also, more importantly, Emaru wasn't saying that she doesn't care about politics. She was saying she didn't want to talk about politics. I feel like that is a huge difference. I care a lot about like skincare, but I don't get on here and talk about like peptides and collagen to my audience because they don't give a shit.
She does have good skin. I mean, the fact that she uses she's been using this camera for the past like 15 years, seemingly, probably helps with that.
Here to
But
watch me say feminism is doo-doo and make silly little faces at the camera. Yeah, you like that shit?
I hate
Oh,
when
fuck
grown
yeah.
women don't
That's
have
what
a
I
mind
came
of their
for.
own. You are
wait, no, not that way. Not in that way.
28 years old. Please develop a mind of your own. All she does is pander to anime gooner men. No mind
Like
of
me.
her own. I never liked Emaru,
I'm an anime gooner, man.
so finding out she's stupid and doesn't have a mind of her own is nice.
The audacity. If she didn't have a mind of her own, she would have mindlessly parroted the shit you want her to say. She would
Yeah.
have mindlessly just been like, fuck Ice. If Emaru came out and was like, actually, I think Ice is doing a fine job, do you think they'd be like, ah, yes, she has a mind of her own? No, absolutely not. They are not angry that she doesn't have an opinion. They are angry that she doesn't have their opinion. The absolute audacity to say
It's not even that she doesn't have their opinion. It's that she's not dying on a hill for their opinion. She's not ostracizing her audience for their opinion.
that this woman doesn't have a mind of her own while thousands of you people swarm her like drones, barking orders at her to say the line. You guys literally operate like the fucking Borg.
So what I'm gathering is that Emeru is a grown woman who acts like a frail, silly little girl to entertain fat, dirty incel Asian fetisher weirdos and is okay with that but draws the line at saying ice is bad. Emeru
What a what an incredible summation.
and Asmon's audience
They just captured her, you know, just right in the bottle.
same. Incels love Emeru because she confirms the image of the anime bimbo stereotype that incels worship. She definitely
Anime
cultivated
bimbo
an audience
stereotype.
who, in the end of all things,
She's just a girl on the internet who likes doing cute things. Like, what's the problem with that?
are reactionary. She appeals to violent racists who fetishize Asian women.
What the
She appeals to violent racists who fetishize Asian women. So I guess they're not racist against Asians. I mean, I guess they could be racist for Asians because technically that's racism. Is that racism if it's positive? I feel like most people on the left would say, yes, it's racist. You know, even if you say this race of people are good at this. That seems racist.
is this Asian fetish thing? Are they just saying this because she's fucking Asian? Like, I'm trying to find a clip of Emeru saying sucky sucky $5.
Oh yeah, that's also just a good point. Is that they're only saying her fans are Asian fetishists because she's Asian, as if she didn't have any other attributes that make her, you know, a desirable person to, you know, watch on a live stream. So they're kind of being racist in just boiling her entire personality down into being a quote unquote Asian bimbo. It is funny to see the horseshoe just swing back around. You know, people go so far. You know, the people are so far against racism that they're bringing back segregation. Remember that when they were proposing like safe spaces for black people where white people aren't allowed? You know what that's called? That's called segregation. Just because it's the shoes on another foot, you know, doesn't mean it's a different shoe.
Or something, but it doesn't exist. I don't know what to tell you, man.
It's not a coincidence that she answered the question this way, and that her fan base consists heavily on Asian fetishes.
I don't know where this is coming from. And the woman saying this is literally an OnlyFans, like an Asian OnlyFans. Like, I'm sorry, are you really the person to be talking about fetishization here? The most insane part of all of this had to be when her ex-boyfriend, her allegedly abusive.
I don't think Emiru even does like spicy content, does she? No, I don't think she probably just does like cosplays and shit, which might get spicy, but I don't think she does any like lewds or anything.
Ex-boyfriend posted his own ice in the middle of his ex-girlfriend being canceled for not saying that. Like, how?
Good job, Ms. You're a real class act. We always knew that you were a good guy. That's sarcasm, in case anybody didn't pick up on that.
To subtweet your ex like that. Another character involved in all this is former booby streamer Caseytron.
It reminds me of when
Caseytron was a booby streamer? I didn't even know that. Like,
her Amarath started.
I don't want to be like mean about this, but it's just like, here, wait, hold on, let me move. It's just like I didn't know. I guess that's why it's former.
Started wearing a cowboy hat because that's whenever she started going like full Nazi, basically. She started wearing the cowboy hat. It's like whenever these.
Yeah, I had no idea. Well, I guess I'll just leave it.
Texas girl.
I had no idea she did like spicy content or was a booby streamer, because she just kind of looks. I don't want to be mean. I mean, Caseytron is kind of proven to seem to be a bad person, but even so, it's just, I'm not gonna. I personally don't find her very attractive. That is my personal opinion.
Girls in like
That's
these
all I'm
Austin,
saying.
Texas streamer circles start wearing cowboy hats. That's whenever you got to watch out.
A woman in Texas wearing a cowboy hat? Lord, take me out. Take me out back behind the shed. Put me out of my misery if I ever become this politically brain rotted. Holy shit.
Like, you know that she probably has like weird incels donating her.
Yeah, I'm. It's just a fucking cowboy hat. It doesn't mean she's got like the fucking Confederate flag flying around.
Hundreds of dollars. It's because, like, in my opinion, like, it's all a facade to
And there's opinions on the Confederate flag, blah, 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 whatever. I don't care.
appeal to the worst type of men. Because, like, really misogynistic, shitty incel-like men, they like a woman that doesn't have any opinions. I think that she also plays into how a lot of incels will fetishize Asian women. Her whole platform is just like appealing to like the worst fucking men.
I mean, it's like her whole. Oh,
Like,
it was thinking she was saying.
Basically, like,
never mind.
She's like
I was looking at the subtitles, and some of them were
incel
censored out.
freaks.
So this fucking pick me shit, dude. It's gonna be the death of
Oh,
me.
yeah.
Before making this video, I watched a
Oh my god, everybody's being called a pick me over the past however many years. It's crazy.
bunch of Emaru stuff, and I saw no signs of like pick me behavior at all. At least with some streamers or some YouTubers. People could be like, oh, they criticize women,
Me?
so they're trying to be like one of the good ones, and they're a pick me. Like, okay, sure, like, that's retarded. We all know that's retarded. But at least I can like kind of see how is Emaru a pick me? She doesn't even do that shit. Like, where is the pick me thing coming from? No, really though, what makes her a pick me and not the booby streamer or OnlyFans?
I've never been like 100% solid on the definition of pick me anyway. Like pick me is like the equivalent of like a performative male, right? Where it's like it's a girl who's just having the right opinions for the sake of to like get a guy or to get guys, or
Models calling her a pick me. You are literally selling your body for men to consume. If men do not pick pictures of your ass, you can't pay rent. There's no bigger pick me on earth than a fucking porn star.
That's a good point. That yeah. Well, maybe maybe a hooker. Well, maybe less. I don't know. It depends.
And me. I don't care about being called a pick me. I've been doing this for over a decade now. I'm used to it. I've been called it thousands of times. I am a 35-year-old married mother. I do not give a shit. I do care, however, when other women are called pick me for the crime of not following a hive mind. I see it so often in like the VTuber community. Like all these VTuber anime women will be called pick me's for just saying their opinions.
Oh yeah,
you have
that's
to
true.
understand, like to these people, whenever a woman has like an opinion that is not like the corporate HR approved opinion of the week, whenever a woman doesn't toe the line of the current thing, in this case, whenever a woman doesn't say anything, she's called a pick me. You know, she just must have these opinions for men. No other reason. Every woman is secretly a
women can't have opinions. That's a fact. They only do it to get men. Oh, that's gonna get clipped out of context.
big progressive
I said it sarcastically enough that it's not
feminist. And if they're not, they're just doing it for male attention. Because I'm sure someone who looks like this is really starving
She is cute.
for male attention.
I'm not gonna
in
lie.
my opinion, it's like she's not entertaining whatsoever. She's like, I would literally rather watch paint dry.
Same here for you.
So true, because you know what is far more entertaining than a cute, high-energy cosplay streamer reacting to memes? This is way more entertaining. And if you don't...
The low vocal fry and then taking a hit off of her bong every like 5 minutes.
agree, you're just like an incel. Okay, bitch. Eventually, after a few days of being dogpiled by the most annoying people on Earth, Emaru came out with a statement.
Hello, it's very rare I will speak my mind, but I'd rather get my thoughts out there, so apologies if this is long. There's a clip from my stream that's been circulating a lot, so I'd like to explain it for anyone who was hurt or
shocked by it. She said, I don't want to talk. I don't want to have a public opinion about it. How are you going to get hurt or shocked by that?
It should go without saying that no one deserves to live their life in fear of being killed or taken away from their homes or families, regardless of who is doing it, but especially not because of ICE or any other government agency. I understand the world is a very
Wait, what was censored? Oh, the K word. I was like,
cruel and messed up place. You don't have to study politics or actively read the news to know that. I would never want to invalidate anyone who struggles with those things. And an agency causing fear and suffering deserves zero support. To me, that's not even political. It's basic human empathy.
Now, I thought that statement was perfectly fine.
Yeah.
My issue with it is she didn't have to make it.
Yeah,
she was
she
basically
didn't.
forced to come out and say her opinion. So did these freaks finally back off once Emaru made her opinion about ICE clear? No. Of course not.
Make the opinion about ICE clear. That was an unintentional pun, but I love it.
Nazi response.
Nazi
TLDR,
response.
go f yourself and your PR apology.
Oh my God,
and there
okay.
it is. Of fucking course she's another dumb cunt. Girl, we are not as dumb as you look. You're still a racist chud, but continue to enjoy the money you get from your incel audience because they're disgusting, just like you.
Do you think her racist chud audience would appreciate her making that statement?
All I hear is, I support Israel and my name is Emily.
What the fuck does Israel have to do with anything?
Wait, what? Where the f did Israel come from? What? I don't like to talk about politics equals I'm a Nazi and I'm ashamed of my opinions. Everyone knows
Yep.
what's up.
Because you know who are really ashamed of their opinions? Who the most ashamed people that I've ever seen, of their opinions? Nazis. They hate, just talking about the people that they don't like or the opinions that they have, that they would definitely never have a specific haircut, that kind of singles them out, or all these tattoos. They hate it.
He's a fascist in disguise and is squirming. Emaru, you are garbage Nazi-loving cunt. You got orange around your mouth. Say F you, Asmongold. If you're neutral. Oh wait, if you're neutral, you might as well say you're
she's friends with, as far as I know, she's friends with Asmongold. And friends don't need to have the same political opinions. I'm pretty sure Asmon probably saw her message and was like, yeah, okay, yeah, sure. Fucking whatever.
You're MAGA. Stand for something, ho. That's what Trump wants, for everyone to be quiet about it. The idea of get off the internet is so fucking ignorant. This dumb cunt needs to shut her fucking mouth. Thank God her downfall is happening. I've been hating on her since day one and knew something was off about her. Not a good statement. She implicitly disavowed ICE, but not so much the actual Trump admin.
Yeah, you disavowed ICE, but what about the
Wait,
whole Trump
what?
administration? They're like literally the mouse from If You Give a Mouse a Cookie. I was like reading that book to my toddler the other day and I was like, oh my God, this is literally Twitter. You cannot give them an inch, dude.
Of course are incel fans swooping in to protect the poor little 28-year-old.
Ah yes, incels. Known for defending women online.
Yeah, that's a good point.
What? What the f does the word incel even mean anymore? Does it just mean man?
It's become the same thing as Nazi. It just means you have a political opinion. Incel means that you are a man. I don't know. Racist means that, I don't fucking know. No, nobody knows what racist means anymore. It doesn't mean anything.
Man I do not like.
I had no idea this was a thing until yesterday. How come no one told me Emaru low-key a femcel?
Femcel.
Yep, she's a
Emaru's
femcel.
a femcel.
Yep.
Oh my do people just not know what words mean anymore? How are they coming to these?
She posts cosplay videos and images. I don't think femcels do that.
Conclusions.
I mean, have you looked at her? I mean, look at her. Look at her. Just look at her. Look at her.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, she's
I
adorable.
don't see it. I think you guys just might be mentally ill.
We need to.
I think these people just. I mean, People just see like popular people and just hate them on principle. You know, if
Do something about these male-centered women.
Okay, first of all, nothing is more male-centered than centering your life around hating men. Men just live rent-free in your fucking head. Take it up with God, go to therapy, do literally anything else than make it our problem.
Fuck her, and especially fuck her bestie Asmongold. I hope they get kirked.
all right.
30-year-old woman too scared
Jesus
to
Christ.
say fuck ice to keep her incel audience happy. Let's hope she gets abused again. Couldn't happen to a better person.
This literally sounds like, and I hate to say it. I hate to say it. This literally sounds like how Nazis talk about like Jewish politicians or like Jewish actors. It literally sounds like them, like neo-Nazis, I mean. Because the old Nazis, they're gone, I think. There's still kind of some alive in Mongolia, which is interesting. That's an interesting thing, a rabbit hole I went down.
Next time this cunt is assaulted, I'm gonna laugh and laugh. Fuck her and fuck ice and fuck you if you support them.
Next time she gets assaulted, I'm sure this is probably the same type of person that, you know, that believes that, like, you know, no woman should ever have to go through that type of shit.
This cunt. Emaru deserved what Miskiff did to her.
Oh my fucking god.
Emaru for supporting ICE. I genuinely hope this bitch gets oh, okay. I reported that one. Holy shit. What is wrong with these people?
See, you don't understand. I'm good guy, which makes it okay for me to say fucked up things about bad guy. You think saying that to someone is fucked up? Well, you should be abused too, because you're probably also bad guy. It's called being on the right side of history, Chud.
Yeah.
Look it up.
People don't realize just how evil they are. They refuse to take a step back and just analyze anything that they're saying. They speak just from their feelings alone, and that works for them. So what can I say?
Nazis deserve death, and silence is compliance.
May I just
Silence is
remind the
compliance.
audience that this is what she said.
If you need a streamer who doesn't even know anything about politics to tell you about politics, you probably just need to get off the internet.
Ladies and gentlemen, a Nazi that deserves death. What?
After making her terrible statement full of lies, Emaru decided to follow right-wing grifter Shoe0nHead. Of course Emaru is now following a fellow
Right-wing grifter. Right-wing grifter. These people don't... These people
pick me for being quiet about ICE. They both don't want to piss off their 100% right-wing gooner fan base.
For the record,
you know why they have, you know why these people, especially people like Shoe, have what, you know, could be considered at least a somewhat percentage or somewhat sizable right-wing fan base is because she's not a fucking idiot. She has her leftist beliefs, she has her left-wing beliefs, but then also she's not a fucking idiot who just I don't
fan base is
I'm
probably
done. I'm done.
70%
I'm
right-wing
sorry.
and
This is going
80%
on long
gooner. Okay, but for some reason, they didn't mind when I came out and harshly criticized ICE in my last video. Yes, some disagreed, but for the most part, they didn't care. As long as you aren't preaching from an ivory tower with no nuance, rhyme, or reason, people don't care. I'll say some shit like, we should decommodify housing, and the right-wingers in my audience are just like, okay, commie mommy. These people cannot fathom a universe where people...
You see, exactly. It's like this is why people like Shoe are gaining, like, have gained so much traction, because they have, even if you don't support their political beliefs, you support them as an individual, because you know that their beliefs aren't coming from hate, right?
Just disagree. Oh, you're just scared. You don't want to upset your chud audience. I upset my chud audience every goddamn day. You're the ones terrified of your own fucking cult. God forbid you only agree with 99% of the hive mind approved opinions. God have mercy on your soul. I do not envy you. Once you bend the knee to these people, once you apologize or capitulate, it's over. These people don't actually want an apology. They want to humiliate you. They want to drag you down. At the end of the day, they have found a socially acceptable way to bully people. That's what this is. A lot of people in response to Emeru's statement were like, why did you apologize to the mob? You know, you bent the knee, you're a coward. And honestly, people don't realize how insane it can get. These people, the cult of the cry bully,
really
they come in swarms, they get in your head, they prey on
I mean, I'm not big enough to, I'm not even big enough to have one person come after me, you know, and just yell at me in the comments. But God forbid you be the size of someone like Emiru, and yeah, you're having thousands of people wish death upon you, right? And talk about how they're going to like R-word you, right? It's, yeah. If those people took a step back and were like, this girl online is getting massively harassed by this group of people. They're all saying that they want to kill her and R-word her. And it's like, well, what did she do? It's like, oh, well, she just didn't want to have like a political opinion on something. They'd be like, that's disgusting. That's disgusting. But it's like, no, she didn't want to have a political opinion on ICE. And so they join that hate mob.
Your empathy. They isolate you from your friends. They make you feel like a terrible person for having milquetoast normal ass opinions, or in this case, no opinion. And when you
this extremism in the country, it just has to stop. Like it's purely tribal. Like it's you're with us or you're against us. It's really annoying.
are someone who is not used to dealing with these types of people, or you are someone in like a vulnerable state of mind.
I hate everybody.
It is very easy for these cult-like tactics to work. This shit works especially well with women in particular, not to be sexist, but it's just true. Honestly, you know, now that I think about it, the only people who are immune to this are like autistic people. I swear to God, people on the spectrum are immune to the cry bully tactics.
They're immune to propaganda. They are the super soldiers.
What happened is Emeru just saw like a shit ton of people.
Actually, I guess they would be the opposite. Because when the super soldiers, they are the next stage in evolution. Immune to propaganda.
Were mad at her, and she wanted to do the correct thing. Unfortunately, this is just going to make it worse. And they're moving on to one of their favorite tactics.
The big question in everyone's mind is, well, are you still friends with Asmongold?
While it is appreciated that you are taking a stand and clarifying the clip, you do continue to be vague about how deep your associations with Asmon are. So hopefully you've cut ties with that hate-mongering Nazi troll Asmon, right? Glad
I knew that this was probably a big part of the conversation with this.
you made this and owned up to it, but you're still friends with Asmongold, so it doesn't read as earnest. Almost a decent
So it
explanation.
doesn't read
The
as
elephant
earnest. You can't be friends with somebody who has a different opinion on politics.
in the room is that your friendship with Asmongold is holding this back from seeming sincere. Okay, now what about your best friend Asmongold? Denounce Asmon, or I'm not.
I can guarantee you that like 90% of these people's grandpas, if their grandpas said their real political opinion, they like, and if they stuck to their rhetoric, they would have to disown their grandpa. They'd have to be like, I'm never going near him again. Oh, he's awful. Even though he raised me, he all praised me. Oh my God, he doesn't fully hate ICE on principle. I don't know.
Not taking this seriously. You're friends with Assmold.
With Asmold.
Assmold?
I'm pretty sure she's still friends with
Why have I never heard
Now,
that?
whatever you think of Asmongold, he is friends with Emeru. They are friends, even though they disagree with each other. Crazy, right?
Yeah.
I literally said, like, I don't agree with the things he says. Like, what do y'all want me to do? Like, fucking shoot him on stream?
Yes, that is what they want you to do.
That is what, yeah.
Yes. Around 2018, I was facing nearly daily harassment for being friends with someone who was on the right. Hundreds of people were on my ass like every day. They were calling my job. They got emails of my family
Really?
members. It was like
Wait,
nonstop. Now,
did she say that it was online, like friends with like another content creator?
this
or
person
just
was
friends,
a good friend of mine. But in order
just friends in private life?
to get all these people off my back, I did probably the cringiest thing ever, and I publicly disavowed her. Publicly disavowed a friend of mine over political differences. Now, for those of you who are new here, that sounds like something I would never do, but I did it. I bent the knee to a faceless mob of people who hate me. And in return, I received nothing. The harassment didn't stop, the hate didn't stop. Well, needless to say, karma
You've been marked. It's not going away.
is real, and the same
You're always going to be that person who was friends with a conservative.
thing happened to me years later. I was publicly disavowed by friends over political differences. This story ultimately does have a good ending. Me and my friend from 2018, we made up years ago, but looking back on all this in 2026 is extremely embarrassing. And if I knew what I knew now, I would have just told those people to go fuck themselves. But in the moment, it's incredible.
Yeah, like I have friends who are conservatives, and I disagree with some of their opinions. I have friends who are liberals, and I disagree with some of their opinions. It's like, and you know what? If they can't stand having somebody who disagrees with them, they're not gonna have me as their friend, right? like we may argue, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter, right? Because we're still friends. We'll argue about politics and shit, but
Incredibly stressful, and you just kind
Just
of
fuck
want
off.
it all to stop. And you will do whatever you can to make it stop.
oh god, I've been marked. I just admitted I have a conservative friend or conservative friends. I'm going down. I'm going down.
So I understand why Emeru came out and made a statement. I just really hope she doesn't wind up disavowing friends over political differences like I did. It was a huge mistake, and it is not worth it, because you are going to find yourself surrounded by people who see you as a temporary ally and not a real friend. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a never apologize person. You should apologize if you actually do something
Right, yeah.
wrong, if you actually wronged someone. But
Although, to be fair, the Donald Trump tactic does work pretty well of just like never admitting fault. You know? It's just like because that seems to be the media's tactic. Is it's like they don't want to catch you. They want to catch you on shit that you did, but they want to watch you squirm. If you don't squirm for them, then it's not good TV. It's not good media. It's like if Donald Trump just says, yeah, maybe I said that. I don't know, whatever. Who cares? The media is just like, can you believe he just said that? And everybody's like, yeah, I guess so. And then they move on to try to find something else. Whereas if he said, oh yeah, I should have never said that. You know, I regret what I said. They're gonna go, yeah, keep saying that. Dance for us. He admitted fault. So I mean, there is something to say about never apologizing. I don't agree with that. Like
you shouldn't apologize to like a nebulous, faceless mob of people while facing down a barrel of a gun.
There is nothing that she
I'm
could
just saying that tactic does seem to work.
say, and no amount of money she could donate that could convince me she's not a soulless ghoul like all the men she's happily surrounded herself with for years.
There's nothing you can ever do.
Isn't that what happened with Dr. Disrespect? I forget what he did. And you know why I probably forget what he did? It's probably because there was a controversy around it, and then it died pretty quickly because he was like, I'm not saying shit. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. And he's still streaming. He's not streaming on Twitch because Twitch banned him. I don't know. Is he streaming on Kick?
Bother?
Maybe.
They will not be happy until
Doesn't
you
matter.
kill yourself.
Maybe YouTube.
And even then, they will dance on your grave. And I
Yeah.
know, like, with everything going on right now, like, is this really a video about cancel culture in 2026? And it's like, yeah, I don't know. First of all, you should expect that. You clicked on a Shoe0nHead video. But second of all, yeah, I feel like this is kind of important to talk about. I feel like this type of thing is part of the reason we are where we are right now. This type of stuff drives people away from the left, and more importantly than
It
that,
really
it's just
does.
evil. I saw some
The main stuff like this is the reason why I think that the right has become what I perceive to be the like kind of default stance. You know, back in the early 2000s, it was the right. And then, you know, come like 2006 onward, it became the left, right? The left was like the default stance, like the stance where the most moderates kind of sided with, and now it's the right again. And obviously the president is going to be a reflection of that, because whoever controls the moderates controls, the presidency. But yeah, like
leftists covering Emaru being canceled, and they were like, the cultural shift is here. Woke 2.0, we don't play around. We're mean now. Woke 2.0?
Yeah.
Because woke 1.0 worked
Yeah, everybody hates the left because it's such an exclusive club, and they kick their own members out constantly. You can't have a single nuance to an opinion. And you know what? You know what people do when you can't join their, your exclusive club? They go across the street. And you know what? The people across the street, they got a shit ton of customers. Because it's just you and that one guy and your girlfriend and her dog. That's the only people that you let in the club. And yeah, sure, you all play cards together and you have a great time, constantly at each other's throats, but you all have fun. Meanwhile, the rest of the crowd, they're all dancing away across the street.
so well for you guys in the country, right? You're supposed to learn from your mistakes, not double down and get worse. I don't know how you can look at the last 10 years and be like, we have got to get more annoying. Like, what are you doing? Attacking normie streamers for not wanting to be involved in political discourse? Also, I feel like this goes without saying, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I'm not smearing, like, the left as a whole, okay? This isn't fucking Fox News. This isn't the Nuxanor channel. I'm well aware there are plenty of left-wing...
Oh yeah, I don't know much about Nuxanor, Nuxtaku. I don't know... I don't know how I feel about him. He's always seemed, there's always seemed to be an aura of people not liking him, but I don't know why. I also don't watch his content.
Well, especially in my audience.
But I guess that's why. Probably.
Who feel the same way I do. I'm talking about a certain faction of the mostly online left. I was about to say it's like a loud minority, but I don't even think it's a minority anymore. I think it's...
Yeah, no, it's I don't think it's the minority anymore. I think most people people in the left are going to have kind of this "you're with us or against us" type mentality, and that's what I've experienced in my life. If I express any sort of dissenting opinion on anything, all of a sudden, like my mom straight up asked me, like, are you a Trump supporter? And I'm like, no, I don't like Trump, but I also don't like the left either. I don't like anyone. They're all pieces of shit.
like a majority. Like, I feel like I'm one of the only ones like holding down the fort. Like me and Anna Kasparian. And every day I'm called a right-wing grifter for being like, hey, maybe we can focus on the issues that like actually affect the working.
Like if I voted for Trump, I'm pretty sure my mom would actually disown me. Like and like that's the only reason she would have for disowning me.
Class, things that actually help people, not stupid fucking shit like going after e-girl cosplay streamers. Like, can we just get back to the fact that we are all being ruled by satanic billionaire pedophiles who may or may not be eating children, please?
That's true.
In conclusion, Emaru did nothing wrong. People are tired of having politics shoved.
Yeah, all this shit, all of this social upheaval is exactly what they want. They want the race wars. They want now the gender wars. They want both sides at each other's throats. If we could all just come together, find some common ground, realize what's important in life, the people in charge of this country would be very afraid,
down their throat, and you don't need to speak about things you don't want to speak about.
As they should be. The people in charge of a country should do the bidding of the people, right? And if they're not doing that, they should be afraid. And from all this bullshit that's going on, it seems like shit's the shit's favoring the not the common man. or woman. You know what?
You don't have
Shut
to
up.
do
This is
that.
a saying.
You don't have to say the line.
Don't
actually.
cancel me.
This is mass psychosis rivaling on 2020. These people are trying to socially ostracize this woman for not putting like a black square on her Instagram. They're just mad at Emaru for not doing like the ice bucket challenge or some shit. Like that's
God, the ice
basically
bucket
what is
challenge.
happening here. If you are going to streamers for
Is that a thing? Did people bring back the ice bucket challenge for ice? That would be so funny.
Political information, you are cooked. If you are going to Shoe0nHead for political information, you are deep fried. So that was that little video. If you liked my yapping, please subscribe. And if you can, donate
Everybody
to my
go
Patreon
subscribe.
down below. It
Yeah,
really helps the channel out,
Patreon.
and I appreciate it so much. And I will see you guys very soon with a new video. Bye!
God, I yap so much anytime I watch a Shoe0nHead video. Oh, hopefully I don't, my yap doesn't overstay its welcome. It's my content, well, no, it's not. I'm stealing Shoes content. So it's not my content. But it's also my content. I'm doing commentary over it. It's not stealing. Or is it? Yeah, okay. But yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do. I don't monetize it. Give her a like. We always love Shoe.